Okay, good morning, grade 8. This is Miss Dima. Now we will continue this our third lesson. Now, in the previous lesson, on the previous period, we said that how can we find the answer if you have a power raised to a power. But now, if we have now a product of two numbers or a product of two variables that they are raised to a number, what can I do? Look at the first of this classification here. Now, if we say 3x raised to the power 4, that means that I repeated 3x 4 times. And also, if you go back to use the previous steps, we say that we put all the coefficients first. 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, multiplying by x times x times x times x. Then we say the answer is 81 x to the power 4. But now we have to learn a new way that how can we use now the algebra. And if you have a product of two numbers, like 3x also, they are the product of number with a variable, or number with a number, or variable with another variable. If we have these two numbers or two things that are multiplied, and these products are raised to a power 4, what I have to do? The first step now, I have to distribute the 4 into them. So it will be 3, there are 3 times x. So it cannot be right now like 3 to the power 4 times x to the power 4, because I distributed the 4 into 3 and x. Then after that now, what can we do? 3 to the power 4, 3 raised to 4. That means that you have to multiply 3 4 times. 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 is 9 times 9, so it is 81 x to the power 4. Now, if you have now 4b, product of 4 and b, raised to the power 3 over 2. It will be 4 times b, then 3 over 2, 3 over 2, then 4 raised to the power 3 over 2. What does it mean? It means that I have, what is the numerator up? It's 3. So I will repeat I will repeat number 4 3 times. Then this is 3 over 2. If I wanted to write it as 3 fractions, as we said before, it's gonna be right to be as 1 over 2 times 1 over 2 times 1 over 2. And if we write it here, 4 to the power 1 over 2, what is the number? That's, if I raised to the power 2, the answer is 4. It is 2. So 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. 8 b 3 raised to the b raised to the power 3 over 2. Let's now do problem number 3. Simplifying a product raised to a power. Which expression represents the area of the square? Before we look, can you remind me what is the area of the square? The area of the square is the side raised to the side squared. What is the side here? What is the length of the side? This 5x cubed. And this 5x cubed is raised to 2. What did you remind me? This 5x cubed raised to 2. It reminds me with how can we have a product that's raised to the power. So now I can say it is 5x cubed and this squared 2. I will distribute it here and here. Then 5 squared is 25. Is it 10? No, it is 5 times 5. It's not 5 times 2. Then look here now. Here now we have x cubed and this one is like brackets. X cubed to the power 2, so I multiply 3 times 2, which is what? Which is 6. So the answer now is 25x to the power 6. Okay, let's now do got it 3. Let's do C. In C, we have 3g to the power 4 raised to 4, then it's raised to negative 2. So now I will distribute it like 3g to the power 4. Then I will now put negative 2 here and negative 2 here. Then after that, 3 raised to the power negative 2. Go back to the lesson number 1. Only when we say it, it is, what is the reciprocal of 3? It is 1 over 3. And what is the opposite of negative 2? It is 2. Then times g raised to the power 4 raised to the negative 2. It's a power raised to power. So it will be g. Then 4 multiplied by negative 2 is what? Negative 8. Then keep it as 1 over 9. G times negative 8. I have to write the reciprocal of g, which is 1 over g. And the opposite of negative 8 is 8. So the answer is 1 over 9g to the power 8. Now, let's simplifying an expression with a product. Look at here. N to the power half raised to 10 times 4n raised to negative 2 over 3, and all of them raised to 3. Look at the first term here. Here we have a power raised to a power. So what we have to do now, we have to multiply them. So it will be n, 1 times 1 is 1 over 20. I'm sorry, it is 1 over 10, not so it is 1 over 2 of multiplied by 10. As we know, it is like 1 over 2 multiplied by 10. It's like multiplying a number with a fraction. Can I simplify? Yes. So the answer is 5. So it is n raised to the power 5. Let's do now second term. It is a product of number with 2 variables, and it is raised to a product to a power. So I can write it like 4m n, and the n is raised to the power negative 2 over 3. And by then, I'll distribute the 3 into them. Then 4 raised to 3. It is 4 times 4 times 4. 4 times 4 is 16. And 16 times 4 is 64. And this one, keep it as it is. This one, keep it as it is. Now this one here. And negative 2 over 3. It is raised to another power. So if you have power raised to power, you can multiply. So that it will be negative 2 over 3 multiplied by 3. And the answer is negative 2. So it will be n raised to the power negative 2. Then, can I simplify it? Yes. Look here now. What did we have here? We have n to the power 5 multiplying by m to the power negative 2. So I can multiply them. Yes. We have the same base n. I will add now the exponents. 5 times negative 2 is 3. M cubed and 64. So the answer now is 64 n cubed m cubed. This is a problem. Now let's go to number 40, to the apply questions. Let's choose number 43 as an example now. In number 43 here, we have like to fill in the blanks to complete each the equation. B squared. It's raised to power x. It's equal b raised to 8. Now, we said in our lesson here that if you have power raised to power, I have to multiply them. So it's gonna be here 2x, because I multiplied 2 with x. 2x equal to what? Equal to 8. So x now is equal to 4. Now, so here the answer is 4. Let's do now number 44. In number 44 here, we have m x raised to the power 1 over 3, and the answer is m raised to the power negative 12. So here, it can be rewrite as x multiplied by 1 over 3 equal to negative 12. Just deal now with the exponents. X times 1 over 3 equal negative 1 over 12. Now, what I have to do? Now, x is multiplied by 1 over 3. I want to divide in 1 over 3. Okay? So, how can I do? X multiplied with 1 over 3, it is negative 12. I have to divide them with 1 over 3. So, why? Because this x is multiplied by 1 over 3. So, divide by 1 over 3, divide by 1 over 3. Then, as we know, it cancels each other. So, the answer is now negative 12. Change the division to be as multiply, and then the reciprocal of 3 over 1, which will be 3 over, of 1 over 3, which will be 3 over 1. So now x now is negative 3/6. So the power now here is negative 3/6. Let's do now number 46. In number 46, here we have n raised to the power 9 raised to x equal n. What we have to do? Here now we have n raised to the power 9. And this power is raised to x. So it can be write as 9x. 9x equal to what? Equal to n. Okay, so what is the power here? The power that if I raise it to n, it is still n. It is 1. So 9 times x equal 1. X is multiplied by 9. Divide by 9. Divide by 9. So x now is 1 over 9. Let's now let's do number 50. Now number 50. And number 50 here, we have 3x cubed y to the power a cubed. This one is must equal 27x to the power 9. The first step, before we find a, let's now rewrite it as distributed 3 to the power 3, x cubed raised to the power 3, and y a to the power 3, it must equal 27x to the power 9. Let's now try to check if they're equal. 3 cubed is equal 27? Yes. 3x cubed raised to 3. It's like 3 times 3. It's x to the power 9. Thank you. Oh, now what do I have? I have only y. 3 times a is 3a equal to, there's no y. So it is y. So it is like there's 1 here. And 1, as we know in the first lesson, it is y to the power raised to 0. So 3a equals 0. So a is 0. This is now number 50. Let's now do number 55. 51, sorry. Number 51, m squared n cubed raised to a power x. The answer is 1 over m x and 9. As you see here, it is m. I will distribute the x here and here, so it will be 2x times n 3x equal. As you see here, what is the reciprocal of 1 over m? It is m. And what is the opposite of 6? And it is negative 6. And here also, it is negative 9. So after that, I will now compare these two. m 2x is equal to m negative 6. I want to compare these two terms. So 2x now is equal to 6. It's equal to negative 6, sorry. So x now is negative 3. Now, let's compare n raised to the power 3x equal n to the power negative 9. So 3x is equal to negative 9. So x now I divide by 3, divide by 3 in the terms here. So now the answer is negative 3. Now, here now, if I want to simplify the expression, they ask me now, because we solved 59, let's choose 59 here. 4x y squared 0 to the power 4 times negative y raised to the power negative 3. 4, keep it, x y squared 0 to the power 4, any 0 to raise to any power is 0, because it's saying that you have to multiply 0 4 times and the answer is 0. Negative y, what is the reciprocal of negative y? It is 1 over negative y, and it is the reciprocal of the opposite of negative 3. It's positive 3. So it was 4 will finish. Any expression that you have multiplied by 0, the answer is must be 0. Let's do now number 57. Number 57 here, negative 2a raised to the power 2 over 3 times raised to the power 3 times a, b, and b is raised to the power 1 over 3, and the product of them raised to the power 3. Now, the first step, let's distribute 3 in each term, and here, and here, and here. So, negative 2 cubed times a raised to the power 2 over 3 cubed times b cubed times, here is also the same. We have to distribute the 3. It will be a cubed times b over 1 over 3 cubed. Then, negative 2 to the power 3. Now, for this one here, as you see, negative 2 cubed. What does it mean? It means that there's no parentheses, so I mean that only 2. So negative and 2 to the power 3, it is 2 times 2 times 2, so it is 8. Then a, 2 over 3, multiplied by 3, let's cancel each other, so the answer is 2. So now negative 8, a squared, then b cubed, keep it as b cubed, a cubed, then suppose here the a cubed and the b cubed, then b raised to the power 1 over 3 cubed. After multiplying them, it will be 1. Then, as you see, let's now try to simplify more and more. Negative 8, then 2 bases are multiplied. I will keep the base and I will add the exponents. 2 plus 3 is what? Is 5. And b times b, it is b, and 3 plus 1 is 4. So the answer now is negative 8, a to the power raised to 5, b raised to 4. Let's now do number 62. If you simplify x squared raised to 3, and if you find x squared and this 2 is raised to 3, to the power 3. Are these expressions are equal? Let's see. For the first one here, it is a power raised to a power. So I will multiply them. So it will be 2 multiplied with 3, and the answer is 6. But here now, we have x, and this x is raised to 2 to the power 3. I will repeat. Here we have a power raised, x squared raised to 3. Here we have a power 2, or we have here 2 raised to 3, which is 8, and this x is raised to 8. So if they are they equivalent? No, they are not equivalent. Here we have x squared, and they are raised to 3. So it means that I multiply 2 times 3. But in the second one, this x now is raised to 2 to the power 3. 2 to the power 3 is 8. Then it's raised to x. Now, we have to go to talk about how can we raise a number in the scientific notation to a power. If you have like number 35 as an example, 4 times 10 squared, and they are raised to 5. We have a power of numbers, and it includes scientific notation. So I will now distribute 5 on them. So it will be 4 to the power 5 and 10 squared to the power 5. Is it clear now? Yes. 10. By that, 4 to the power 5. What's this? It is 4 times 4 times 4 times 4. 16 times 16. Then I'll multiply 16 times 16. 6 times 6 is 36. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 3 is 9. 0, 6, 1, 6, 2, 5. So the answer now is 256. Multiplying by, here now, 10 squared raised to the power 5. So it is 10. 2 times 5 is what? Is 10. So it will be 256. Now, so here we multiplied 4 times, but we want to find 4 5 times. So after that, the number 256, I multiply it with another 4 because we want to repeat the 4 5 times. 4 times 6 is 24. 4 times 5 is 20 plus 2, 22. 4 times 2 is 8 plus 2, 10. So the answer now is 1024 times 10 to the power 10. Now, did you remember in grade 6 when we say that if we have 1024 multiplied by 10 to the power 10. If I want to put a decimal point here, okay, the decimal point is here, and I want to move it 3 steps to the left. So it's like I divide, so I have to add 3 zeros. If I'm moving to the left, I have to add how many digits here? 3 digits. That's me, 3 zeros. If I move to the right, I will now subtract 3 zeros. So here it will be 1.024 times 10. Now 10 raised to 10. But if I add now 3 zeros to them, so it will be to the power 13. I will repeat how. To make it easier for you. This one, I can rewrite it as 0.24 multiplied by 1000. Is it right? Look here, if you want to move this decimal point three decimals or 3 digits, you will add, you will be, or if you have them, what's happened to the slides? If you have 1024, okay, it's like this. Now, 1024. I want to rewrite this as a scientific notation now. It is, if I have it like this, and the scientific notation or the scientific point or the decimal point is here, and I want it to move to the left 3 digits. So I have to multiply them by 1 with 3 digits or with 3 zeros. So it's gonna be times 1000. And this one also, I can rewrite it as, how many zeros did we have here? We have 3 zeros. So the answer now is 1.024 times 10 to the power 3. This is 4. It's equal as the same as 10,024. Then let's put it here. 1.024 times 10 raised to 3 times 10 raised to 10. It will be 1.024 multiplying by, do you have 10 with the same base? Yes. Then I will add 3 with 10. It is 13. Now, let's do now this one. In this one here, now solve each equation. Use the fact that a raised to x is equal a to raised to y. If I mean that if they have the same base, so sure the powers will be the same. So x equal y. Let's do now number 67. In number 67 here, 5 raised to x is 25 raised to x. I want to find x. In the previous one, the bases are equal. And since they are equal, I mean here, if you go here back, as you see, we have the same base. But here, we don't have the same base. So what we have to do? I want to make them the same base. So here, I cannot find x because they are not the same base. So what I have to do to make them have the same base. How? How can make a 25 to be as 5? Is it 5 squared? I can rewrite 25 as 5 squared. Is it right? Yes, then, but keep x as it is. That is equal to 5x. 5, 6. Then, 5 raised to 2 raised to x. It can be right as 5 to x because I multiplied 2 with x. And this is equal to 5 raised to 6. Then, by now, we have the same base, which is 5. So I can say now that 6 is equal to 2x. 2 is multiplied by x. Divide by 2. So what I have to do now, divide by 2, because that x is multiplied to 2. And here also it must multiply to 2. So x now is equal to 3. Let's now do number 68. In number 68 here, we have 3 raised to x is equal to 27 raised to 4. Now, I can, the same, I have to make 27 to be as a 3, which is a 3 raised to 3. And keep the power 4 as it is. Then it's equal to 3 to the power x. Then 3 raised to 3 raised to 4, I'll multiply them. 3 times 4 is 12 is equal 3 raised to x. So because of that, I can say that x equal to 12. Let's do now 69. In number 69 here, we have 8 raised to 1 over 3 is equal to raised to x. Can I now the steps here, which is greater, 8 or 2? 8. So I want to make 8 to be as 2. How? I know that 2 raised to 3 is equal to 8. I will ask myself. I will repeat. In 69, you have 8 raised to 1 over 3, and it's equal to raised to x. The first step, I will ask myself, which is greater, 2 or 8? 8. How can I make it 8 to be as 2 raised to something? I will ask myself, 2 multiplied by 1, 2. 2 multiplied by 2, 4. 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 is 8. So it is 2 raised to 3. And here, keep it as it is. Then, but here, this 8 is raised to 1 over 3. 2, 3 multiplied by 1 over 3, it is 1. So 2 raised to 1 is equal to 2 raised to x. So x is equal to 1. Let's do now 70. Okay. And 70 now. 4 raised to x is equal to raised to 1 over 2. The question is, which is greater, 4 or 2? 4. Can I make 4 to be as 2 raised to something? Yes. This 2 is raised to 2. Then we have power raised to power. So because of that, I can rewrite it as 2 raised to x equal 2 raised to half. So because of that, 2x is equal to half. Divide by 2 to cancel each other because x is multiplied with 2 and the opposite of multiplying is dividing, and here also divide by 2. If you divide any fraction, the steps are keep the first as it is. What is the opposite of division? Multiply. And what is the reciprocal of 2? Is 1 over 2. So because of that, x it will be 1 over 4. Let's do now the last one, which is 72. In 72 here, 2 raised to x is equal 1 over 32. Now, I want now to rewrite 1 over 32 as to be 2 raised to power something. You have to know that 2 raised to 1 is 2. 2 raised to 2 is 4. You have to know it without calculator. 2 raised to 3 is 8. 2 raised to 4 is 16. And 2 raised to 5 is 32. So 32, I can rewrite it as 2 raised to 5. Thank you. Then after that, 1 over 2 raised to 5. I can rewrite it as 2 now. The reciprocal of 1 over 2 is 2. And the opposite of 5 is negative 5. Is equal to raised to x. So from here, you will see that x is equal negative 5. Thank you for listening.